Welcome back to Scope Up Sports. I'm Nikki Edwards.
And I'm Brian Muriithi.
Tonight is the third live show of the spring semester, and these last 2 weeks have been action-packed for CU sports.
It certainly has, Nikki. Let's first take a look at the men's basketball team. The Colorado men's basketball team shocked the basketball world with an incredible upset win over second-ranked Arizona last week, and it's safe to say that Buff Nation is still not over it. In front of a sellout crowd of 11,079 people, the Buffs earned their most notable victory ever and gave fans a reason to let loose with an electric court storm post-game. Arizona was a projected #1 seed in the NCAA tournament entering the game, but left Boulder with a snapped 9-game win streak and a tougher road to the Pac-12 title. Here's what our very own Taylor Sadusky and Jack Carlo had to say after the game.
As a Buff, I can't even put into words what this night means as a senior, not only for the team itself, but the whole community of CU. A great night here, Jack. What was your takeaways of the night?
Yeah, as a senior as well, that was the stuff of dreams, I think, for most Buff fans. See the court storming, Evan Batty's speech at the end. You notice the mural up there, where legends roam. I think you'll see Evan Batty up there sooner rather than later. I think that pretty much sums it up for me.
He even mentioned being like the future head coach of CU too as well. Do you think we're going to get a chance to see him later on soon?
I sure hope so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, after that win for Tad Boyle, that was obviously great for him. Highest ranked win in the Tad Boyle era. Highest ranked win for the program since they beat #2 Oklahoma State in 1992. So obviously a special night for a lot of reasons.
Exactly. And Tad Boyle even mentioned too the energy that was carried on like the whole entire game that was missing last game against ASU. Like, what do you think was the big turnaround, and how can they channel this into March coming up here soon?
Yeah, I think a lot of it was just doing it for the seniors. Tad Boyle talked a lot about working the paint against Arizona. They didn't do that well against Arizona State. Also, they got out-rebounded by 12 against ASU, and then I think they're a +2 tonight. So I think the play in the paint was much better. Jabari Walker, Tristan DeSilva both had big second halves, and it all kind of came together for the Buffs.
Exactly. Well, Buffs fans, after a great 4 years here being with SBS Sports, it has come to a close. Closing off now, I'm Taylor Sadusky.
And I'm Jack Carlo.
After students and fans stormed the court to celebrate with the team, seniors Benin Ursek, Elijah Parquet, Will Laughlin, and Evan Batty gave their farewell speeches to cap off an incredible senior night. Here's a look back at that very special moment.
It's over in Boulder. Down goes #2. Colorado with the win of the year as they take care of Arizona 79-63 as the students storm the court here in Boulder tonight. Buff Nation, it's party time in Boulder.
The man, the myth, the legend. I love this man. He's dope. Man, this school is giving so much to me. Nowhere I'd rather be than Boulder, man. Best fans in the nation, man. Appreciate everything.
I love y'all to the death of me, man, and I'll come back. I will. My dream is to be the head coach here. My dream is to be the head coach here. I'm going to achieve that dream someday, sometime. I don't know when, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Level on defense and your ability to take great shots and finish and just be tough. And I challenge you guys in the film session, okay, to be tough and play with effort, and you guys responded.
Talk about with these guys all the time is every time they put that uniform on, they're representing more than just themselves and their families and this university. They're representing every player that played before them. And they made them proud tonight.
On the court, the women's basketball team has been tearing it up at the Pac-12 tournament in Las Vegas. They started off with a 64-52 win over Washington and then ended up winning a super close one with Arizona, 45-43. Seniors Peanut Tutele and Maya Hollingshed and junior Quay Miller were instrumental in that first win with a late three-pointer from Frida Foreman that got them past the 4th-seeded Arizona Wildcats. Colorado heads to the semifinals for the first time since 2015 tonight with their matchup against Stanford at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. All of us at Scope Up Sports wish them the best.
After just 2 months on the job, defensive coach Vic Soto has left the Colorado football staff. According to head coach Carl Durrell, the move was purely family related. Just days later, it was announced that Soto will be hired by the Cal Golden Bears as an outside linebackers coach. Although nothing has been officially reported yet by the team, it is expected that the Cincinnati Bengals defensive assistant Gerald Chapman will be the new D-line coach at Colorado.
For our trivia question of the week, how many wins does the men's basketball team have against AP top 25 ranked teams since the beginning of the Tad Boyle era? Is it A, 23, B, 17, C, 9, or D, 19? We'll have the answer at the end of the show.
Coming up next, we got everything from women's tennis to club baseball, not to mention a Buff Banter segment from Meghan MacPherson. Don't go anywhere.
Who's the biggest Buff fan here?
Me!
That guy.
School bus!
Go Buffs, baby! We're all about the Buffs!
School bus!
They can't contain us. We're the best. We can't be stopped.
Go Buffs! Go Buffs! Go Buffs!
Our CU tennis team is red hot, picking up their 4th straight victory Sunday against the Iowa Hawkeyes. On her 22nd birthday, senior Megan Forster picked up the game-clinching point against the Hawkeyes, defeating Samantha Gillis in 2 sets, 6-3 and 6-0. Mila Stanojevic has also shined during the Buffs' win streak, as the freshman was on her way to her 14th straight single victory before her match got cut short due to time constraints. The Buffs hope to ride their hot streak into Pac-12 play, with the team hosting UCLA as we speak and USC on Sunday.
Looking ahead at club baseball, get out to Golden this weekend to catch the men's team open up their season versus School of Mines in a 3-game series. The action starts tonight at 6 p.m. The team will also play a doubleheader tomorrow night at 5 p.m. and at 7:30 p.m. at Jim Darnan Baseball Field in Golden. This will be their first series since 2019 after having a shortened 2020 season and no season at all in 2021.
Our play of the week comes from Eduardo Herrera, who set a CU record during the Pac-12 Invitational last Saturday. Herrera ran the men's mile in just 3 minutes and 57 seconds, finishing first in the event. This is his 3rd school record. He also holds the top time in the 1500 and the 3000.
And now let's head over to SBF reporter Meghan MacPherson for this week's edition of Buff Banter.
Thanks, Nikki. Last week, the electric upset win that our men's basketball team had over top-ranked Arizona was special for so many reasons. That victory came alongside senior forward Evan Batty's last time playing in front of a home crowd at the CU Event Center. Shortly after that glorious night, Boulder-based sports writer Neil Wolk published a column about Batty, explaining why he embodies all that is good about college athletics. And I couldn't agree more with this sentiment. As Wolk said in his piece, from the day Batty first took the court here in Boulder, Colorado fans freely gave their hearts to Batty. Many don't know that back in 2017, at the young age of 19, he suffered a life-threatening stroke. The NCAA had previously mandated that he sit on the sidelines during his first year in Boulder. He was facing nearly every setback imaginable. Yet, despite all of the adversity, Batty has given CU fans so much energy, passion, and enthusiasm. You'll hardly ever see him without a mile-wide smile, one that he radiates both on the court and around campus. Even with a packed school and basketball schedule, he's always made time to connect with CU fans and students at campus gatherings, local bars, community events, and various sports games. Now that Batty's time here in Boulder is coming to a close, there was nothing more rewarding than to watch him hop on that scorer's table and give his senior speech to a sellout crowd following last week's victory. It was a moment of sheer joy, with fans and players alike in tears. Alongside his easy-to-love demeanor, Batty's statistics have contributed to his legacy. After his final season, he will be in the program's all-time top 25 in scoring, rebounding, games played, and minutes played. No other player in men's basketball history has played in more Colorado victories than him. That number is at 86 and counting, as he and the team head into Pac-12 tournament play. But as we all know, his impact has been far more than statistics. Batty has become the epitome of a passionate, joyful, dedicated ball player. And his youngest teammates have seen firsthand how to truly embrace a program, a school, and a community by giving everything possible. Showing players how embraced they will be in the arms of CU fans has been one of the biggest recruiting tactics for Tad Boyle and his staff. With just 2 seniors and several newcomers on this year's team, many saw it as a rebuilding season for the Buffs. But Batty has given Colorado fans everywhere a reason to cheer. Going back to that original sentiment from Neil Wolk, Batty has reminded us of all that is good about college athletics. He joined a program that promised him an opportunity to succeed, and in return, he has given everything he possibly could. There are still games to be played. CU will play Utah on the road tomorrow and then head to Las Vegas for the Pac-12 tournament next week. But while we're all still living on that post-upset high, it's only right to recognize the Buff that drives it all forward and brings so much joy to the CU community. From all of us here at ScoBuff Sports, thank you for everything, Evan. It's been one heck of a ride. Back to you, Nikki and Brian.
Thank you, Meghan. Up next, we check in on our lacrosse teams and see what's going on with our track and field team.
The women's lacrosse team is on a 3-0 roll as they notched wins against Louisville at home and Harvard on the road. They came out victorious over Vanderbilt just hours ago. The Buffs will round out the weekend with another home match against UC Davis this Sunday at 1 p.m. on Kitt Field.
There's even more to be excited about in the world of women's lacrosse. The Pac-12 Conference named Buffs attacker Sadie Grozier the Offensive Player of the Week. She had not 2, but 6 goals last week against Ohio State, 4 of which were scored in the first quarter. The Buffaloes won that game 13-10. For Grozier, this is the second time in only 3 games that she scored 6 goals.
The men's club lacrosse team is getting their season rolling next weekend. After losing the season opener to Georgia about a month ago, the Buffs are hoping to get some wins under their belt. They play Texas Tech a week from today and then take on Nevada next Sunday at the Kittredge Fields. Be sure to check out our ScoBuff Sports coverage on both YouTube and our socials throughout the season.
The CU Buffs track and field team will officially be sending 6 athletes to the NCAA championships down in Birmingham, Alabama. The athletes consist of Eduardo Herrera, Rachel MacArthur, Michaela DeJaneiro, Mady Borman, Emily Covert, and Avery McMullen. The 5 CU women competing at nationals and individual events is the most CU has sent since 2001.
Last weekend, our ski buffs put on a show at the RMISA Championships down in Seaboat Springs. As a team, they placed 3rd behind Utah and Denver. Junior Magnus Bowie led the pack with a 2nd-place finish in the men's 20K freestyle, while Hannah Abramson was able to place 6th in the women's 15K freestyle. As a team, Colorado was able to place 1st in overall parallel slalom T standings. You can catch her ski buffs at the NCAA Ski Championships from March 9th to the 12th as they compete for 1st.
Up next, we have a fiery edition of Rapid Fire from Jimmie Searfoss, not to mention the answer to that trivia question. Don't go anywhere.
What's up, Buffs? Welcome to Rapid Fire. I'm Jimmie Searfoss, and it's a very busy weekend, especially today where we have 3 different sports teams playing. First off is our women's basketball team. They're coming off Thursday's massive win against Arizona to advance to the semifinals and the Pac-12 tournament. They played second-ranked Stanford tonight at 6 in Vegas. With a win, they'll go on to the tournament championship. Next up is our 3-0 lacrosse team. They played today at 2 against 16th-ranked Vanderbilt here in Boulder and extended their unbeaten streak to 4 games. The club baseball team is kicking off their season today with a 3-game series on the road against Mines. Their first game is today at 6, followed by a doubleheader on Saturday at 5 and 7:30. Last for us this evening is the men's basketball team, who are playing their final regular season game at Utah. They're coming off that massive upset win against second-ranked Arizona last Saturday and are looking to keep that momentum going to finish the season with a W. This has been Jimmie Searfoss with Rapid Fire. Back to Brian and Nikki.
Now, at the beginning of the show, we asked you, how many wins does the men's basketball team have against AP top 25 ranked teams since the beginning of the Tad Boyle era? The correct answer is, 23. Since Tad Boyle became the Colorado head coach on April 19, 2010, there have been a total of 23 wins against AP top 25 ranked teams.
This week's tweet of the week comes from Peanut Tutele. After the exhilarating upset over the Arizona Wildcats, Tutele places the Colorado sticker on the bracket. She dedicated the win to her teammate Tamaya Sadler. On Wednesday, Sadler collided with Tutele and was taken out to the hospital with a back injury. Sadler will not be returning to the Pac-12 tournament, but hopefully we will see her in the NCAA tournament in the coming weeks.
This one's for you, Tam! Love you! It's for you, Tam!
Well, that concludes this week's edition of ScoBuff Sports.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SBS_CU and check out our YouTube channel for more CU sports coverage.
Thanks for tuning in, Buffs fans, and go check out our women's basketball team tonight.
Go Buffs!